Okay, this song employs what is commonly known as Travis picking. You might have heard of it before. Now, this isn't really what Merle Travis used to do, but this is what has become secularly known as Travis picking, even though it's not real Travis picking. How this is done is with a pluck with the thumb and the middle finger. The middle finger is on the high string. The thumb is on the fourth string. And you pluck both of those at the same time. And after you do that, you pluck the third string with your thumb. And then you pluck the second string with your index finger. And then you pluck the third string with your thumb again. And then you pluck the high string with your middle finger. And then you pluck the third string with your thumb. And then you pluck the second string with your index finger. Now you might have to pause through that. I'm going to add a capo at the 3rd fret. Since we're capoed at the 3rd fret, these chords actually take on a different name, but for the sake of confusion, I'm just going to name the shapes. This is a G chord, just like a barred G, at the 3rd fret. That's just like your barred F up here, just up a whole step. But you don't have to do the barred shape if you don't want to. You can simply just bar these first 2 strings on the 3rd fret and just grab the 3rd string on the 4th fret and the 4th string on the 5th fret and just do this shape. Once you get that pattern down, this song is easy. And it has a nice pretty sound. Okay? So that's your first chord. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide basically down a half a step. And while you do that, go back to that G. When you slide down a half a step, you don't move your ring finger. So you just remember that you can keep that ring finger locked when you slide down a half a step. This ring finger does not have to move. What does move is the rest of the fingers. You move the rest of the fingers, but you keep that ring finger in place. And you take the pinky, which at first was not being used, okay? But when you slide down, now the pinky is going to be used, and we're going to put the pinky on the 3rd string at the 4th fret. We're going to put the middle finger at the 2nd string at the 3rd fret, and the index finger at the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And that chord sounds like this. That's a B minor. So it's G, B minor, and you're going to slide down another half step. And once again, you're not moving the ring finger. The ring finger is staying put. Okay? Here's what happens with the pinky. The pinky moves down just 1 string. Okay? And the middle finger lifts off of the fretboard entirely. And the first index finger is on the high string again, just like before. So we've gone from the G to the B minor. And remember, we haven't moved the ring finger. And the next chord we move down, we don't have to move either the index finger or the ring finger. And you got to remember that that pinky is going to move down one string on the second string on the 3rd fret. And the middle finger for this chord is unemployed. I don't exactly remember what that chord is right now. Look it up on chordbook.com. It's a very useful tool that I use online when I'm trying to figure out just what the hell I'm doing. But I'm sorry. I'll put it in the video right there. Okay. Okay, so what do we got? We got G, B minor, to a C. Now I know I hold my C kind of weird. I'll hold my C the way that you probably hold your C, like that, just so you don't get confused. I put a G in the bass of my C just because I think it sounds fuller. Now, something interesting happens here. You go one measure on the C, and then you go another measure on the C again. But what happens is that you go up to the 5th string, and you actually employ a bass string here, and you do the same pattern that you've been doing on the first 4 strings, but this time you're going to be doing it in middle 4 strings. And that's not really what Eddie Vedder's doing there. He's hitting the high string with his ring finger. All you got to remember is to hit the high string, right? You're going to learn to use your ring finger quite often. I know that I do. I use my ring finger a lot. So it's G, B minor, chord that I can't remember, C, do that second measure on the C where you pluck the high string with your ring finger. Now you're going to go to a G, but this time you are going to hit the bass string. On the second measure of the D, which is the final chord of the melody, there's a pull-off on the middle finger on the high string of the D. Okay? It just keeps going round and round and round and round and round until the song is over. But for some reason, this grouping of chords is very psychologically and emotionally satisfying. It just makes for a great song. I don't know why, and it's a lot of fun to play. And once you get it underneath your fingers, it's very satisfying and very fulfilling as a beginning guitarist. So I highly recommend that you practice that Travis picking pattern, those different variations of that pattern, and those chords. It's a little bit tricky at first, but after about 4 or 5 days, you'll be able to pick the guitar up and just play this thing no problem.